What's going on, everybody? Thank you for coming back to the PowerFit Gaming channel with a little bit of fit, a little bit of gaming, but a whole lot of power. All right, still working with that working intro there. My name is Mike. I'll be your host for today. Today, going over my thoughts of the 2022 CrossFit Open workouts. A little bit of background on myself. I've been a personal trainer for 12 years, working on my CSCS sports specialization certification. Am a former level 1 instructor. Maybe I'll go over why former in a future video. It has nothing to do with CrossFit in and of itself as it is now. Even though I'm no longer level 1 certified, still absolutely love CrossFit, do it myself. Have been doing it for probably about 10 years or so. We are talking today about the 2022 Open. Video is coming out maybe a couple weeks after it ends. Going over the Open this year, coming into it this year, obviously this is the first year without the legend Dave Castro in the mix. That I know was a shock to myself and a lot of people in the CrossFit community, as he's been such a heavy staple in CrossFit basically since its inception, especially with his family's ranch, and then working his way up to become the director of the games, and the face and the villain of the games, the villain who's loved so much. It's the love-hate relationship kind of thing. A lot of changes happening in the front office, already starting to not feel like the CrossFit of old, and this is completely with disregarding the previous 2 years, just because of the pandemic and things needing to be changed up so much so on the fly. I guess just starting off with the feeling of watching the first Open announcement. To be fair, I didn't watch it live. They changed up the time so heavily. This year couldn't do that. It came out at it came out at 12 p.m. most times, and then the last week I believe came out at 3. I did not watch the pre-show and the post-show, so I probably did miss a lot of news just because of that, but I've never been one to really watch a lot of the end shows and things like that. I'll just start by talking about the overall feeling of all three of these Open announcements. The announcement of the workout itself fell extremely flat for me. I think there's a couple reasons for that I pick out. One of them, Roy McKernan is not on the field at all, at least from what I saw. I don't recall, actually, it's been a couple weeks, so, I could be wrong, but he definitely was not in the first Open announcement. He may have been in other ones. He was gone. They put some other girl in. I have no idea who she was. She just wasn't as big a hype beast as I would hope for someone who would take over for Rory. So good and so fluent at talking to the athletes, getting the crowd hyped. He was great at it. Number two, obviously, with Castro not being in the mix, he was not announcing the workouts. That in and of itself was probably the biggest hit, I think, to me at least. I felt like, I don't know how others in the community feel it, but at least to me, not having him there to announce the workouts took a lot away from the announcement in and of itself. Castro was so good, so he was the god of getting so much hype out of a 2-minute announcement of a workout. He was brilliant in the way that he conducted himself in front of a camera, how he always had that sense of mystery. Like, you didn't know after he put down the chalk, like, or the marker, like, is that truly the end? And in previous years, that was not the case. You'd think he'd be done, and then boom, something, like, he already added like double the amount of work to the workout. And that in and of itself is super exciting. And that was just missing this year, at least in the first Open announcement. And then third overall, they had a special guest announce the workout, and it was Tia-Clair Toomey, bajillion time fittest woman on earth. She's a professional athlete. She's already focused on that workout. It doesn't matter. Like she knew the workout before anybody, at least most people, because she opened the card and saw it. So as soon as she saw what it was, before she even talked about it, I'm positive that she's already trying to figure out her splits, how she's going to conduct the workout to get the best time that she can. So that in and of itself, took away a lot. So it was just like, here's the workout. Bye. I thought for sure it would have been like Matt Frazier announcing the workout because he had just retired from competitive CrossFit. I think he probably would have been doing the workout, but he's not doing it competitively. So his mind wouldn't be necessarily on, trying to compete to get into the games. He may have potentially had more fun with it. So basically those three things took it away from me. Lack of Rory McKernan, Dave Castro not being the one to announce it, and having a subpar announcer announce the workout. And now, to be fair, this is nothing against Tia-Clair Toomey. I do not hate her. I think she's an incredible athlete, incredible person. She works super hard, but I just feel like they could have gotten someone, I guess, in a little bit different of a mindset to announce the workout. On to the workouts. I have mixed feelings about the workouts. They were saying that this was Castro's programming, not Justin's. The only one to me that screams absolutely it's Castro's programming is 22.3. The pull-up double under thruster going into chest to bar double under thruster to muscle up double under thruster. That to me screams Castro programming because it's a modified. It's basically he took Fran, expanded it, and mess around with the weights a lot. The first one, it didn't scream Castro to me. After that workout was announced, in my mind, I was like, there's no way this is Castro's programming. It could also just be the fact that Castro knew his time was coming to an end and said, screw it, I'm not putting any, extra effort into these workouts that I need to. So I'm just going to nix it and just do whatever I want with it, which could very well be the case too. Because if any of us we knew we were gonna get fired from our job or had a good inkling, are we really gonna put 110% effort into the job? Most of us probably not. So if that was the case, then it's understandable. But in general this year, the workouts seemed very bland, very off, uninteresting, with the exception of 22.3. And that also happened to coincide with the fact that the Open announcement for 22.3 was stellar. I thought it was very much like the Open announcements of old. The crowd was into it, unlike the first one and the second one where the crowd was just kind of blah and like, oh, it's just kind of there. I loved the fact that they had the dual stream going on with the ice. I forget what the box. I believe it was an Icelandic box because Annie was in it as well. It felt very reminiscent of like a regional style workout, or I guess better yet, more of like the international invite that they used to do. Overall, I think that workout helped the overall grade. I'd say it's kind of in the middle range, They're good workouts. 22.2, I think, is the one I had the biggest issue with because I'm 99% certain that I programmed this workout in a class setting years prior, and I'm confident to say that I'm probably not the only coach and or trainer who has had a very similar style workout in the past. 1 to 10 pyramid style rep scheme with two movements that go great together in that kind of setting. But to me, it was just like, I've seen this before and I've done this before, or something very, very similar to it. So 22.2, I think, was probably the lame duck of the bunch. And then number 3, like I said before, very reminiscent of the CrossFit of old, basically taking Fran and expanding it and turning it on its head with a pretty tight time cap, at least for the amateur. I did not finish it, and I know I'm sure there's a lot of people who couldn't finish it, especially people who couldn't get bar muscle ups. So, but that workout in and of itself was a great workout. My favorite. In terms of programming style, my favorite. In terms of doing it, it was my least favorite, which means it was a good workout. But heading into the newest game season, I think the Open did a decent job of kind of getting it hyped. I think 22.3 was definitely the hype beast of this entire season. I hope that they do things differently in the coming years. I am happy that they didn't do Facebook Live for this, because that in and of itself was a freaking nightmare. Trying to watch that on TV was practically impossible. Just seeing all the emotes of emotions, the likes and whatever floating across the screen was highly distracting. I hated it. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who hated it. So I'm very glad they went back to just the straight streaming level. But hopefully in years come, they, change some things to reinvigorate CrossFit, because I feel like right now, especially with all the stuff going on in the front office and the heavy changeover that's happening and still probably isn't completely solidified yet, I can only hope as a long-term CrossFitter that they kind of get things back on the right track. We're missing something. We're missing that spark and that energy. I can only hope that in future years, things change and kind of get back to that hype feeling, and maybe something in terms of the games will change to hype it up again even more, so that the games can continue to grow, and the sport of CrossFit will continue to grow with it as well. Anyway, I'm all out of time for today. Thank you for listening to me ramble on. If you agree with everything, great. Please hit the subscribe button, like, comment down below. If you hated it and think that I'm a complete idiot, do the same thing. Like, comment, subscribe. Please share the videos. No negative comments, please. We're all family here. We all love this sport. Let's keep it that way, okay? Anyway, my name is Mike. Thank you guys again for checking out the PowerFit Gaming channel, and I'm out. I'll see you next video. Hold up. Stop. We have an update. Adrian Bosman, however you pronounce it. I mean, I've heard it pronounced both ways. I pronounce it Bosman. Adrian Bosman is going to program the CrossFit Games. I think it's great. I mean, I thought that Justin Berg was going to be taking over specifically for Dave Castro's roles in making and programming the games, but apparently not. I found this out on the Morning Chalk Up, a couple days ago. I think it's good news. I think it's a great choice. Probably one of the best ones they could pick to program the CrossFit Games. He's been in CrossFit for eons. He's judged. He knows how the movements work. I'm sure that him following previous renditions of movement standards, he's probably had some ideas on how to change things up and make it more fluid. So, we could probably possibly see some changes in the movement standards. Maybe it'll make judging a little bit better. Who knows? Anyway, just a quick update. Bosman's going to be leading us in the CrossFit Games. I'm excited to see where it goes. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Again, hit the like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think of Adrian Bosman's inclusion in this. Do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing? And, we'll see how it goes this summer. Thanks, guys. See you later.